Welcome to the Bubblewrap Podcast. I'm Ashley Walker from HSE Advice UK, and we're here to protect your business and make safety pop.
Episode 6.
Here we are.
Yeah. Good?
Yeah.
Been busy?
Very busy.
What have you been doing?
I've just come back from Florida. So, for those of you who don't get the inside joke, there was a joke that I could possibly have died at Florida, and that's what Ashley...
People watching this would be like, that's funny, people listening would be like, what the hell is going on in that episode? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to come out with that then. We pre-record podcast episodes that said we need to figure out what we're going to say about what we've been doing. Oh, well, you've been on holiday. We could say you've been on holiday. How was your holiday? It was great. You might not be.
Well,
poor sense of humour here. We've got bad sense of humour. Rein it in. Okay, right. What have we actually been up to?
it's been World Environment Day.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, we're probably publishing this a bit late, World Environment Day. We're 3 weeks later, but we can talk about what we've been doing for that, which is quite good actually, because community days, planting trees, allotment days, nice weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good.
Nice June weather.
Oh, yeah, but the rain.
Well, yeah.
Rain. Travelling a lot, so we've been doing a lot of school assessments for work experience.
Yeah.
That's been quite intense.
Yeah.
It's good.
Time doing it, so.
Yeah. It's fun though.
Interesting.
It is fun. I quite like it because I like going out, meeting different people, seeing what they do and how we can help them.
It's interesting seeing so many sort of places of work and businesses in such a short period of time. You know, I know that's what we do anyway. Yeah. But to see 5 or 6 in a day.
It's quite intense. Yeah. And they all have their own little thing. I mean, they're all really good, compliant, like. You definitely want the children going there for their work experience. Yeah. Some, I remember actually, one that's always stuck in my brain. Last year I went to somewhere, now I can't remember what they're called, but they go out and maintain mountains. Yeah, and like you have your public footpaths, right? Walks, like mountain walks or hill walks or not trekking. Fell walking. Yeah. They are contracted to maintain the paths and fences and different things. Okay. And it was amazing because the young person who's going to do their work experience timed it really well, because they can't deliver all their tools and equipment up in vehicles. Yeah. So how do they get their tools and equipment there? By helicopter. So this kid's going for a work experience placement, and this helicopter arrives with all the tools and equipment. I was like, I want to work there.
That's amazing. Yeah. I did my work experience in a shoe shop.
Oh, exciting.
A shoe shop? I got a free pair of size 9s.
You had size 9 feet as a kid?
Then I did, yeah.
Right, I was in a nursery. We didn't choose very well, did we? Oh my God. This episode's going great. Oh dear. Oh, yeah. No. Look, we're in health and safety now.
When you said maintaining mountains, I had this vision of someone just like make it look pretty from a distance. So it looks nice in...
Oh, like a paint.
Yeah. Oh. It was just... I don't know, it was just something that... it just sprung to mind. I didn't sort of register that you meant paths and like trails and things like that. So like maintain a mountain.
Like hazard wise, we had to think about was obviously slips and trips, making sure they've got footwear. Yeah. Ticks. Yeah. Like making sure you got long sleeve trousers, long trousers on. Long sleeve trousers. Oh God, this is a mess. Anyway, right. So on that note, the topic, what's our compliance challenge? So if I say sustainability to you, what do you say? Don't say what.
I would say environment.
You would say environment.
And that to me, sustainability. I know sustainability means many things, but for me, I just go automatically to environmental sustainability.
And that's what most people do. Yeah. Most people just go straight to environment. Yeah. And actually, we've just done a video of this. So in preparation of our app, we're doing like short info videos, aren't we? I've just done the environmental video. And I thought, oh yeah, we've got some really good tips in there. But that's just focused on environment, not sustainability. But I would agree that sustainability is so much more than just environment or just having an environmental policy. There's all sorts of included. You know, if you think about corporate social responsibility, there's also sorts included in that. And actually, I've got a really good success story for us to talk about for it. But one thing I do want to focus a little bit on first is waste management.
Right, okay.
So, I mean, it depends what sector you're in, but most of the time people need to set up their own bin collection, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in manufacturing or any type of large premises, you have to set up your waste management.
Yeah. I imagine it's through obviously proper waste carriers who come in and take everything.
Well, that's the thing. That's my main point, is ensuring you have that proper waste carrier with their waste carrier's licence.
Yes.
Because obviously you see like posts on Facebook like fly tipper or TikTok videos. I've seen, you know, when you're on TikTok, you flick through and then you have this, is it the algorithm that finds more videos that are like ones that you've watched? Yeah. So for a while I was on fly tipping. I don't know why. Okay. So it was people that fly tipped, but then it was being returned. So you know, someone in their tractor or whatever is putting all this waste down on this driveway because it was them that fly tipped on their land. But you don't want to be in a position like that with your business. No. So again, reputable company, make sure you get their waste carrier's license number.
Yes.
Check it's in date, and they're not a rogue trader.
I think another one just to add on to that as well is making sure that they're actually licensed to carry the certain waste that you're taking, that's being taken away. Because you can get a waste carrier license for your general and your recycling and, you know, just normal municipal waste. Yeah. But what about like hazardous waste and things like that?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's a
wee waste.
Wee waste.
People always like, what's she on about?
And
electrical waste I'm talking about.
Yeah, and like, you know, that sort of thing. So, you know, you need to have, you make sure they're licensed. What they do with it once they've taken it away. You know, do they just go dump it in a field?
Well,
you know?
We hope not, don't we? Exactly. Most waste sold, isn't it?
Say again?
Most waste is sold.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think there's quite a few. It depends who it goes to. Some places have their own sort of
plant.
Yeah, and sort of processing facilities. Whereas some people sell it abroad to. Yeah. You know. One of my favourite wastes, so it sounds so weird having a favourite.
My favourite waste, here we go.
No, my favourite waste to dispose of waste. It's called RDF.
Oh, okay.
Refuse-derived fuel.
Refuse to what?
Refuse-derived fuel.
Derived fuel, yeah. Right, okay.
So basically what they do is they turn waste that can't usually be, or can't really do anything with, into these massive pellets. And then those pellets get basically given in or sent to industry, and it's used as fuel. Oh. So like the steel industry and other sort of similar types of industries use them as fuel.
Oh wow! I did not even know that existed. Yeah. You learn something new every day.
It's not the cleanest.
Yeah. Right.
It certainly beats it.
But isn't that technically reusing something that you couldn't recycle or whichever?
That's it. Yeah. So we like the non-recyclable plastics and things. So instead of it going to like a landfill, or
and kind of dumped in a hole,
going nowhere, it gets turned into something and it still gets used.
Oh, would that give off like weird fumes and gases or something?
It's not the cleanest.
Oh right. But it's another way of
exactly. You know, so instead of it just you using it once, like single-use plastic, and then just ending up in a landfill. It ends up doing something else before the end of its life. Right. Or as the end of its life, should I say.
Well, that's quite interesting.
So it's something that's I've always found slightly interesting.
Right, tell me again, what is it called?
Refuse-derived fuel.
Refuse-derived fuel. That's another note. I like learning new stuff. That's cool. So, obviously we've talked... Well, I don't think we've properly talked about CSR, but environmental and sustainability ties in with the employee wellbeing as well, I'd say.
Yes.
Making sure everyone's engaged. If you're setting a policy or a standard for environmental practices or best practice, you need to make sure everyone's engaged in that.
Yes.
From waste reduction, installing LED lighting, there's all sorts that you can do, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
For environmental management or environmental best practices.
Yes.
But I think that engagement piece with the workforce is really important.
Oh, absolutely. Because from what I've seen in the past, things like your staff kitchens, you could put a recycling bin in there for your cardboard, a separate one for your plastics, and a separate one for general waste.
Yeah.
If it's not managed, people just go,
just put it in general waste.
So, and it just all becomes general waste.
Yeah.
You can try segregating it and try separating it, but but if you get people involved, they're more likely to go, make a conscious effort of cans go in there, cardboard goes in there, food scraps goes in that one. And I think it certainly does help it along. Yeah.
And also another thing, have you heard of green procurement?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so this is a really good one because it's part and parcel of operations of a business. It can have much more of an effect for environmental best practice. So say, for example, if you have a procurement plan or policy, SMEs generally wouldn't so much because they're smaller, but to look to when they're procuring with suppliers, they enforce sort of certain policies on their suppliers. So they're getting reputable, certified wood. They're not getting the shit that comes in that's
so like FSC and PFC,
they can try and use more local suppliers than ordering from China or Amazon or whichever, to reduce carbon footprint. There's all different things that you can do for green procurement, which will have a good effect on your environmental sort of practices. Right, okay. That's a really good one for people to look at.
Yeah,
100%.
That's quite handy, especially for the bigger corporations, as you say.
Yeah.
People are all, buying things in huge quantities.
Yeah, but even we got branded stuff. So I was originally thinking, I'm going to order it online, because there's all sorts online, it might be cheaper. And Tiffany was the one who said, well, I'm not being funny, they're around the corner, we could just pop in and see them in town.
Oh, right, yeah.
And actually they were a bit more reasonably priced, and they're not being shipped. Right, so it's just thinking outside of the box with that, because I'm always ordering stuff on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's just easy, isn't it? Prime delivery. And because I'm sort of last minute all the time, late for everything type, it's just easy. But sometimes you just have to really sit back and think about how can I change things to make it better? Yeah. And I think that'll all, everything together can affect your sustainability.
Well, yeah. And there's one of our clients who we're doing the ISO 14001 accreditation for. We have them get through it. They've got a policy in place where they only use local services and suppliers.
Right.
And I thought that's fantastic. So that's
I like that.
Procurement.
Yeah.
And
reducing travel distances, fuel.
Yeah, that's it. So it's I think the big one is they want to cut down road use. So if they can limit, how much they have
use
on the
road.
Both sort of procuring and sending out their own products. Yeah. That's what they're aiming for.
Right, brilliant. So. And haven't they just got all electrical vehicles?
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah.
That's really good.
So they're sort of making waves in that area.
Yeah.
And they're on the right path to being a great sustainable business, from an environmental standpoint anyway.
Yeah. They've done loads of stuff.
There's more to sustainability than just environmental.
And waste.
Yeah.
Well, right, so this leads me on to my success story. And I really love this one. This is London Fire Brigade.
Okay.
Think of London Fire Brigade as a company, as an organisation. So they set a strategy of what they wanted to achieve, and it was in different sections. So they have the social sustainability, financial, and I've missed the first one. Oh well, I forgot to print that bit, so that's helpful. But anyway, I'll talk about their successes so far. 100% electric car fleet.
Right.
Which is quite cool. CO2 reduction, from 1990 levels, 59%. That's substantially more than other public sector organisations. On-site renewable energy generation meeting 10.9% of overall needs. That's quite high, actually.
Yeah.
I love this. We've planted a forest.
Sorry?
But yeah, Braidwood Forest in Rainham was planted as part of our 150th anniversary celebrations. Oh, that's really, really cool. I know I'm still talking about environment. They continued to maintain their ISO 14001 for the management functions and 10 high-risk stations, which is amazing. Walthamstow Fire Station has become our first carbon net zero fire station due to the installation of an air source heat pump.
Oh, wow.
They're really investing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So, in terms of social sustainability, the three things they focused on was community safety, so of course the fire prevention, protection and response, which of course is what they provide. Building a fairer society. Now this is really good, the equality, diversity and social inclusion. So that's like linked to the HR policies, making sure they have a fairer society and within their workplace. And what I love, protecting our people, health and safety. Successes so far. So in response to COVID-19, they launched an online home fire safety checker that can be accessed by any member of the community. They reached the achievement level within the London Healthy Workplace Charter.
Right.
And both the gender and ethnic diversity of our trainee firefighter intake increased, alongside increases in the diversity of our operational workforce across all groups monitored.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty impressive, really. Yeah, they've done a lot there.
No, that's impressive.
And that's what I mean, it's not all about environment.
Yeah,
it's the social...
I think what makes it more impressive, not to take away from the sustainability, is it's a public service.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, you know, we know public services don't always see, you know, the funding and the attention that they sometimes that they deserve, and so for them to manage to pull this off as being a public service.
Yeah. Well, actually, that leads me into the last part: financial sustainability, using public money sustainably for London and Londoners. So AIM, as a public sector organisation, we have a responsibility to make sure you get good value for money, and for us, value means providing broader benefits to Londoners and the world around us, more than just the bottom line. In practice, this means doing things like making sure all our contractors are paid at least the London living wage, and trying to spend more with SMEs to keep money in our local economy, instead of big business shareholders' bank accounts. I like that. Yeah. So about using local. Successes, creating apprenticeships in our workplace and delivering 237 job starts and 11 apprenticeship starts. We started using the social value portal, using the national themes, outcomes and measures, TOMS framework, to help maximise the social value we've added in within contracts. I was like, bloody hell, they have done loads.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And what was it? One part was environment out of it all. The electric car fleet, CO2 reduction, the air source heat pump, but the rest was about the community, building a fairer society, protection, you know, the employee aspect, equality, diversity, social inclusion. I mean, I could go on. So that was my success story. I was really, really chuffed with finding that, actually.
It's nice to hear things like that, and it's nice to hear, as I said, like, you know, like public services and public sectors organisations, you know, succeeding in that way.
Yeah,
you know, it's
fantastic. Yeah, it's not all down to, you know, it's not all down to the big corporations, private corporations.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you get those massive corporations and organisations that could quite easily chuck a few tens of thousands at something, and you know, but to use public money.
Yeah, in a really good way.
Yeah, as you say, in a good way, in a sustainable way.
And to me, like, you know, as us as consultants, we can look at it and go, right, that's really good best practice. And we can then this podcast, we can then discuss that and bring that to more people for them to understand and maybe think, how can they implement something like that in their business? And, I think a really good takeaway is for everyone just to think about how they operate in terms of sustainability and what the future holds. Like, what is your, everyone, well, I say everyone should have a business strategy for the future. What's your goals, your plan for the next 3, 5, 10 years, perhaps? All sustainability should be included throughout that. Okay. And, how you can be sustainable in the future as a business and grow and develop. And yeah, I think it's a really, really, really important one.
Yeah, no, I'd say it is. I think because it adds to the success of a business.
Yeah.
If you're a business that's not sustainable in any way, shape or form, or you do really good at something, at one thing, but really rubbish at everything else.
Yeah.
You're not going to.
It's not going to balance, is it? No. And we have goals as business owners. We'll have goals to meet. Certain standards to meet by 2030, 2050. And people need to be aware about them. They need to make sure they keep that on the the corporate risk register. They need to go on there.
Yeah.
So just a couple of things coming up. It's World Environment. I'm doing the wrong thing. It's Plastic Free July.
Yeah.
What else is coming up? I lost my trail of thought now.
Plastic Free July.
Plastic Free July. Yeah. One thing though, personally, is we've got the app. So we've been doing a lot of work on building the app, doing the videos, doing the sort of training courses, the information in the app, and I'm hoping that will be ready by July.
Hopefully, but fingers crossed.
Yeah, so everybody keep sort of their ear down to the ground for that. Should be quite interesting. Yeah, hopefully. But anyway, on the environmental topic, we're going to go and plant some trees at the allotment now. Now we're all done.
Yes.
Yeah, cracking. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed our episode, please subscribe to our channel. All links to our social media are in the description below, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment or message us. Bubblewrap, to protect your business.